All right, here we go. Here we go. That's what it is. It's StreamYard. Y'all come on in, come on in, come on in. I, I found out what the problem is. Y'all come on in. Good morning, good morning. Come on in. I'm eating breakfast. I'm sorry for all these technical difficulties. StreamYard is my baby, but that's what the problem is. What's wrong? Oh, if you look in my if you look in my toiletry bag, you'll see some. My green toiletry bag. You may have to go in there. Hey, hey, hey. Come on in, come on in. Come on in, come on in. Hello, Teresa Green. How are you? Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm having some terrible, terrible, terrible technical difficulties, guys. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I'm just giving time for the stream to get out and everybody know that I'm back on. I was on earlier, the sound messed up again, and so I just went live, straight live through the YouTube page. Yeah, I use StreamYard, and I think there's some problems with my sound going through StreamYard, so I got to work on that, figure out what's going on. Hey, Queen Paradise, all is well, all is well. I'm happy to be here, happy to be back, able to talk to you guys live. I've had so much stuff going on. So I am so happy to be able to be here to hang out with you guys and let's talk about it. We got some stuff. Y'all know some things is going on, and I have a few opinions, positions on some of this stuff. And I want to hear what you guys think about it. Y'all excuse me. I'm traveling, as you can see, and I'm trying to grab a little breakfast this morning because as soon as I get off this live, I got to go. Good morning, Rita Walker. How are you? Yeah, Teresa. I tell you, I tell people all the time, man. I don't know. I don't think my family want to be honest. I think I'm from Haiti because Haitians have a lot of jobs, and I got about 15. How y'all doing this morning? Is everybody okay? They coming in. Everybody's coming in. Y'all come on in. Come on in. Kay Hubbard. Hey, darling. Good morning. I'm over here. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Listen, this is a little different because this is the first time that I have gone live straight through uh, YouTube, and I'm unfamiliar with it. So we're gonna do the best we can to move forward. Okay, y'all just bear with me if it's a little different because I don't really know how to use this platform to do a live. But we're here. Good morning. Dinitra, we have sound, baby. Yes, 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 yes. Tag everybody y'all know that's usually a part of our live stream. I went over on YouTube, I mean not YouTube, but Facebook, because a lot of my subbies over here are also friends of mine on Facebook, and put a post that says to the congregation and the jury, we are live on YouTube and the sound is fixed. So good deal, good deal. Everybody will come in, they'll come in. Good morning. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Friday. I'm not going to hold you guys long, but I got to talk about some of these things that's going on, and I want to hear your opinion. So y'all, please, if you agree with me, cool. If you don't, that's cool too. I still want to hear that opinion. Y'all know how we do it over here on this channel. This is entertainment for shits and giggles, right? For fun. Even though we may be talking about some serious issues over here, and we are, and we talk about them, before you leave this live stream, you're going to laugh. It does the body good. Does the body good. Yeah, that needs. I put it out there. I'm hoping everybody else will get the message and they'll come on over. If not, once it gets uploaded, they will be able to watch it afterwards. What I found out is my mic works in my computer. That's no problem. But I always go live through the platform of StreamYard. And for whatever reason, StreamYard, my mic on my computer will not go through. And that's what the problem is. So we'll figure it out and have it ready for the next time. So listen, come on in. Let's have a good time. Let's talk about it and give me your opinions, okay? I want your comments. I want to hear what you think. Look in my shoe bag over by the sofa. All right. All right. All right. Oh, do me a favor. See, I'm used to saying, come in and hit like and share. That's just the like button up there. Okay. So come in and hit the like button, hit the share button for me. I sure would appreciate it. Okay. All right. Enough with all that. Let's get into it. Monique. Monique apologized. I don't know but there's another stand-up show. And during her show, she apologized to DL's wife, daughter, and family for bringing them into this stuff. Now, the question is, was that apology sincere? Did Monique apologize because she realized that she was wrong? Or do you think she apologized because the blowback was so hard that she came down off her high horse, put that ego to the side, and said, I ain't making a whole lot of money now. don't, I don't need to lose all of it. Now she got that. Now this is what's interesting. Some people say, well, she got that Netflix money now, right? She got that Netflix money now. I don't know if Monique got money or not. It is my hope that she got some cash, okay? But I'm being told, or at least it's being reported and said, that the project that Monique has coming up with Lee Daniels is a Netflix project. It's a Netflix project. And so some type of agreement was reached that, listen, we don't want to keep fighting with you about this, right? Got this project coming up. We want to green light it. We want to keep it going, and we will pay you well for that project. Let's let it go and let's move forward. It has not been confirmed one way or the other if that is true or not true. Because, of course, the part of the settlement agreement is that you don't talk about what the agreement is. Teresa Green says Monique done powdered her way up on a settlement. I was on her side the whole time until she brought family into which was a low blow. Absolutely, Teresa Green. It didn't have anything to do with what her argument was. And she switched it so many times, you forgot what we were even talking about, right? She came out saying that DL, it was a contract issue, right? Headlining spot. And then that wasn't true. She admitted it, came out of her mouth and said, no, I went there with the intent to light that brother up. The contract dispute was just the icing on the cake. No, there wasn't no icing on the cake if you had already made up your mind that you were fixing to go there and tear him from limb to limb. Which means you lied, which means you schemed, which means you betrayed because you led people to believe that you were coming there to do a show that was going to top the people off, and you came there to hit back and shoot back. And if that's how you want to deal with folks, fine. But it just was out of line, uncalled for, right? And then you add insult to injury by going and pulling this man's family in, and it ain't have nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. Now, there's no hard evidence that Monique was actually going to win this lawsuit. The only thing that happened was Netflix had a motion to dismiss on the table, right? Before a case gets to be actually tried, whether by a judge or a jury, you have these what they call pre-trial motions that you can file, right? The pre-trial motions are filed to try and better position yourself in this whole lawsuit, okay? So they filed a motion to have Monique's complaint dismissed, which you can do. And the judge refused to dismiss it. Now, he didn't say Monique was going to win. He just said that right now, her claim appears to be valid on its face based on the pleadings and the information that has thus been presented to the court, which means the lawsuit can move forward, but it doesn't mean that you're going to win. Netflix says, okay, all right, it's going to be two costs. What amount of money it's going to take us to fight this lawsuit? Man, let's figure it out, whatever that may be. And what I am amazed and astonished about, Monique has recorded every conversation she's had with anybody. And after having a private conversation, she has come out and told everybody what the conversation was and played a recording if you question her about it. Good morning. Still rise. Her husband is her manager. Yeah. He's a manager. And a lot of people feel like he's part of the problem. He's part of the problem. Okay. All right. Yeah. He's part of the a lot of people feel that way, that he's part of the problem. He's not leading her in the right direction. Because when Monique gets off on these tangents, right, he's there to try to help support her wrong and trying to explain and justify the fact that she's wrong. And most of why she's wrong, if y'all notice, go back, a lot of, not all, but a lot of the wrong Monique has is coming from her being upset because somebody said something or potentially did something to daddy. And it's like dad is mad, dad is feeling his hurt, dad is upset, and then daddy get mama to get on the computer and start fussing and complaining about it and talking about it and da 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 da. I've watched one of her videos where she says she calls him daddy because he has raised her. Now, to me, I don't know. I ain't gonna speak on Monique's marriage. It's just strange. I do too. Go ahead, daddy. Oh my God. So she got this settlement for whatever that means, and she at least apologized. I'll give her that. But I question if how sincere that apology was, just because the blowback was. I wonder if Monique would have apologized if the blowback hadn't been there. If she had got support and people continued to support her and pump her up and push her and say she's right, she's right, she's right, would we have gotten an apology? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. I need to say, I wish I would call my dude daddy. Oh my God. Especially when we ain't in the bedroom. But hey, she only apologized because people shut her down. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's my opinion. That's what I feel. That's what I believe. Because for the longest time, she kept trying to justify. And when she realized that there was no justification for this BS she was putting down, then boot. But she did say what she said about, but for his family, yeah, by the world, absolutely, she's not. She's stuck in her bubble, and like most people who get stuck in a bubble, you're gonna miss out on way more than you think you are. And by the time you come out your bubble and realize it, sometimes it's too late. Your career is dead, and that's just it. But whatever has happened with Netflix should carry her for a little while. Thank y'all so much. I can see that y'all are coming in and hit the like button. I appreciate it. Y'all come on and hit the like button for me if you hadn't. Tag somebody, let them know that we are live and that the sound is good. Um, and hopefully they'll come on over and get with us. I'm gonna figure it out and get it fixed. All right, so that's Monique. Now let's move to Mr. R. Kelly himself. Mr. R. Kelly was sentenced to 30 years. 30 years. Racketeering, I believe, was convicted, in conversation about whether or not, give me love, good morning, whether or not 30 years was too much for R. Kelly because he's a black man. What do y'all think about that? I'm sorry, I turned my head away from the mic. You can hear me now? Still right? All right, I'm clean. Thank y'all for your patience. All right. Mr. Pied Piper is blowing his pipe. Lord have mercy. Listen, y'all. The conversation is that there's no equality in sentencing in the criminal justice system, and to a great degree, that is a fact. In this particular situation, I'm not so sure. Okay, I'm not so sure. He's compared. His time is being compared to Glenn Singh. That's the young lady that just recently was sentenced to 20 years for helping Jeffrey Epstein traffic young girls across state lines, and she got 20 years. Harvey Weinstein, who was Mr. Hollywood, he was the man behind all of the great big productions, was sentenced to, I think, 11 years or something like that. He got some time. Let me see. Hold on one second. Let me look this up right quick. I'll make sure I tell you right. 23 years. I'm sorry. 23 years for sex crimes. 23 years. So Glenn Singh got 20. Harvey Weinstein, who was Mr. Hollywood and used his position and his power to just either rape girls, sexually assault women. Oh, they told me that's right. The R girls, the SA women, Lord Jesus, all of this. Anyway, censorship on speech. I mean, he had a whole thing moving. But what Harvey Weinstein did, he did himself. He didn't have a whole organization. He was the man that every woman in Hollywood had to come through if they wanted to be in movies, on TV. And so when they came to him for those meetings, he took that opportunity to take advantage of these women. The casting couch, I believe, is what it was called back in the day. So Glenn Singh has 20. Harvey Weinstein gets 23. R. Kelly gets 30. If you look at it like that and that alone, you could probably take the position that there is injustice in the sentencing of white and black individuals. But what I would ask you to do is stretch your mind a little bit and let's explore. Let's dive in and explore this, and let's look at it and make sure that the perspective we have is clear. Okay? First off, Glenn Singh and Harvey Weinstein were not convicted of racketeering. They were not. R. Kelly was. His conviction was for racketeering and trafficking. Okay? Not the R or the SA. Okay? I'm not saying one is better than the other per se, but racketeering is a big thing. If you haven't heard of this guy, please Google him. His name is John Gotti. And John Gotti became and rose to the top of the biggest crime family this country has ever seen or heard of. Okay? And it took them a long time. I mean, they prosecuted John Gotti for so much stuff, and they never could get a conviction that they termed the guy the Teflon Don, which means everything just slides right off it. But finally, the day came where an insider got in trouble, and they decided to turn and testify against John Gotti, and they got John Gotti for racketeering. And they sentenced John Gotti to life for racketeering. Those are the type of sentences you get for racketeering, because you are the head, man. There is a complete crime organization that is doing all kinds of stuff all over the place. Not just in the city the person lives, all over the country, and he's controlling all of this. That's what they got John Gotti for, and that's what they got R. Kelly for, racketeering and trafficking. Let's read some of the comments. It is what it is. When he got off in the early 2000s, he should have sat down somewhere. Yes, indeed, Miss Sharon. Yes, indeed. The fact that he was busted before, but still continued after makes worse. That's the difference. Kelly was ringleader of a group. Yes, yes. And the whole organization, including the parents, need to be prosecuted. There's a difference right there. R got a fair sentence based on the crime. Yes, yes, yes. Bring back mom. Feels Trumpish. What they could get him on. Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. It's just a strategy of how can we get him, because on these individual things, we can't get him. And that's why the RICO statute was created in the first place. The feds are like, y'all got to give us something to work with. Because we can't get these guys on this direct individual incidences. Y'all got to give us something to work with. And the federal government gave them RICO. Okay? Federal government gave them RICO. It has been used for John Gotti. It has been used for crimes. What I'm going to say? Drugs. Mainly drugs is what you kind of hear people when the RICO comes in being involved in. But it's not just drugs. And RICO is not limited to drugs. It's just an organization that is set up to commit crimes across state lines. Now, some people say, well, what about Jeffrey Epstein? What about Jeffrey Epstein? He got off. No, Jeffrey Epstein didn't. Jeffrey Epstein was prosecuted for a low-level crime that he pled guilty to, and he did get a slap on the wrist, and he was out and gone. Epstein, because of that, thought that he was free and in the clear. And he continued to do, just like R. Kelly, continued to do what he was doing. And then the government came back and got Jeffrey Epstein and was about to hook Jeffrey Epstein up before they found him dead in his jail cell. So Jeffrey Epstein's sentence was death. He didn't get off. He, like the others before him, the prosecution tried to get him, and they got him. But because he was Jeffrey Epstein, he got off on that one individual charge. But because he was doing so much more, when they came back to get him, baby, they were finna hook Jeffrey Epstein up. Now, the question is, did he actually commit suicide and take himself out of here? Or did somebody help him? Because unlike R. Kelly, who was taking advantage of no-name girls, poor girls that nobody knew, nobody was checking for, and there was not going to be no up in arms. In addition to the fact that he had the okay of the family, and they gave him guardianship over their children, which at the time I understand it, but I don't. I do, but I don't. Right? But Jeffrey Epstein was in cahoots with highfalutin political people. Right? It came out that people like Bill Clinton was on Fantasy Island. Because that's what it was. The island Jeffrey Epstein had was, for me, considered Fantasy Island. You come over here and whatever fantasy you got and you want, it can happen. Still right. No, you can't come back from down. Samar, hey baby, what's going on? Driving and listening. All right, baby girl, I'm glad you're here. Now, what's going to happen with the right. Well, we're gonna have to wait and see what they are presented, because I think these other crimes that are coming up of other states, right? They got him charged in other states. But I'm not sure if each state is charged him with racketeering. That's what I got to look into. I know in this state, in this situation, they charged him with racketeering. I'm not sure if they did it in the other states. So we will see. We will see. There is more coming. No coming back from there. Let's share and like to get the Queen's numbers up. Thank you so much, Steel Rise. Absolutely. Do that for me, guys. The kids who are known predator. Well, Teresa Green, this is interesting about that situation. I always thought it was off, right? That their parents did this. But back in the day, in the music industry, if you wanted your child to be a superstar, right? And one of the superstars thought your child they can make your child a superstar. That child had to move out to California or move out to New York or wherever they were, right? Well, the parents couldn't move because they had to work. They had bills to pay and other children to raise and things like that, right? So what you would do is you would agree, because your child was a minor. What the family would agree is for that artist to have guardianship over their minor child, so that that child could go out to California or New York or wherever the artist needed them to be, to work with them and make them a star. Okay? And they would sign the papers. All of this was in hope that this superstar, P. Diddy, R. Kelly, was going to make their child the next superstar. So they did it. But back then, what we know now, we didn't know then. Right? We knew about Hollywood. We didn't know about Hollyweird and what all of the shenanigans was going on behind closed doors like we know now. So you trusted that that artist was going to take care of your child. And like I say, shoot your child to stardom. They didn't agree to give their children over to pedophiles and Satan worshipers. They didn't know all this stuff was going on. But now, as time progressed and stuff started leaking out more and more and more and more. That was why some people had issue with some of the girls, some of the young ladies, with the R. Kelly situation. Like the 30-some-year-old woman who quit her job to say she was going to live with R. Kelly because that was her boyfriend or something. Girl, stop. I don't know who this is. Y'all know how to boot this person out. I don't have this stuff, man. on my stuff, man. Don't dude, don't come here with this. I'm not that's not who I am. I'm not about that. Y'all know how to like wait, hold on, y'all. I'm trying to take care of whoever this cat is coming on here with their foolishness. Bots, okay. Okay. Thank you. 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 Yeah, we don't do that over here, man. Diddy got guardianship of Usher. Absolutely. Matt Knowles adopted Kelly Rowland. Suge Knight adopted Danny Boy. The list goes on. Absolutely. Incredible. Absolutely. It's just, it was the way of the world and the way they did business. It's just that we didn't know all that was going on behind the scenes like we know now. You understand? And so, thank you, Danitra. And so, it makes no sense for parents to continue to do that, right? It makes no sense. But back then, it was the norm. It was the norm. Now, in R. Kelly's situation, depending on who you believe, all was well with the Savages because they did the exact same thing with their daughter. And remember the same thing. And depending on who you believe, when R. Kelly found himself in financial struggles and he could no longer afford to continue to send money to these people, that's when it became a problem that their daughters was over there with him. Now, and I want y'all to remember something. If you all remember this, for a lot of these children who were adopted or who were given guardianship to these artists, their lives did not turn out great. If they didn't blow up, their lives did not turn out great. And for a lot of them that had a little success, it ended in a crash and burn type of situation. But you had some parents that had some children that was not necessarily in the music industry, but in the movie industry, because the same was going on. But they didn't leave their children. They went with them. If my child is going to be successful, she's going to be successful because I'm there with her. What's this little girl? What's the little girl who just came out as being gay? What's the little girl name? Y'all help me. Was in the TV shows. That's So Raven. Raven Simone. Raven Simone. Y'all remember Raven Simone? Raven Simone turned out pretty decent because her mama didn't give her over to the people in the industry. She went with her child. She was her child. She went with her child. Her child didn't go nowhere without her and got her child through that. Now, you know, some of the stuff Raven doing now may be questionable, but it didn't have nothing to do with the fact that she grown now. She making her own choices and decisions. But when she was a child, her mama was right there with her. I remember Danny Boy saying it himself, Teresa Green. Yes, Usher said that Diddy was taking him to strip clubs. You understand what I'm saying? Drew Barrymore was 13 years old and she was at Club 54. Now, a lot of y'all don't know what Club 54 is, so Google it. But back in the day, that was the hot club in New York City. It was going on, baby. They had it. Anything you wanted to wear or do, you could do it at Club 54. Michael Jackson was a minor, and he was at Club 54. Like I said, Drew Barrymore is up there. This is grown folks, man. Rarely best got on clothes. Okay, they doing drugs out in the open. They're about having orgy type of stuff going on in the club, and you got these minors up in here. Drew Barrymore talked about her experience as a kid coming up in the industry. Usher said that Diddy, taking him to strip club. So he doing 30 years cause the money ran out. Depend on who you depend on who you believe. I know this. I know we didn't hear about no savages. Oh, while their minor child was a minor, we only started hearing about them after the children were adults and R. Kelly was not writing any more checks. Now that's a fact. Oh Lord. Still Rod say he is doing 30 years because he thought he was above the law. He's doing 30 years because R. Kelly, knowing that he himself was abused, this is why it's so critical for us to protect our babies, y'all. Because I'm not saying this that you, of course, you know that I'm not condoning messing with our children. I hope y'all know that when I say this. But like any traumatic situation a person can experience, right? There is some trauma that can happen to one child, and that child can bounce back from that trauma and keep it moving. Okay. That same trauma can happen to another child and it cracks something. And sometimes once it's cracked, it can be put back together. Other times, no. Okay. I don't know about Ray J. He's about to Savage's daughter was 19 when she went with Kelly. I'm just saying. Well, I thought she just graduated high school or getting ready to graduate high school or something. I didn't think she was 19 at the actual time, but I know when we started hearing about it, that girl was grown and had made up her mind. And she said that, he paid, pretty much said that R. Kelly paid her parents for her. And if she was 19, it's like at that situation, I mean, your 19-year-old daughters have a tendency, and sons too, for that matter, shucks, to think they are grown anyway. You can't tell them too much of anything, and they are grown, so the police can't do anything if they're saying I'm not hurt and I just don't want to go home, you know. But definitely, R. Kelly was playing the Pied Piper, right? He was manipulating these young girls, right? You're spinning a web on a mind that is not fully developed yet, right? They ain't yet, they haven't learned yet how to peep the game that men play, and you know it. That's why you're hanging out at the little McDonald's spot right from the high school. Why? For what? For what? And it was no secret that he was coming back to the high school, hanging out and picking up the young girls. But everybody was cool with it because it was he is R. Kelly. And what we have a tendency to do is make these people larger than life, man. We put them on these pedestals. We give them all this accolade. We turn them into our heroes and our superstars and the people we love and we want to touch and we want to da 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 da. And once they realize they own a pedestal, and once they realize that people will bow down to them, some people can handle that kind of power and not lose their mind. Others get weird, especially when they are already broken on the inside. Jay Paris says, I appreciate Brandy and Ray J mama, Sandra, kept her kids out of that mess. Ray may not be ish now, but he's grown. Really, he ain't turned out too bad. Brandy is grown now too. Absolutely. Absolutely. Teresa Green, please protect the babies. Absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, but check this out, Still Rise. R. Kelly marries. Now, what first wife? Are we talking about are we talking about are we talking about Aaliyah? Still Rise, are we talking about Aaliyah? He had another wife before or after Aaliyah? Deirdre was one of his dancers. She was not a minor. They handed their daughter to a known creed. Absolutely. Listen, anybody that sent their child to go be with R. Kelly after that trial of the little 14-year-old girl that he was supposed to urinate on, something was wrong with you. Well, he didn't get convicted. Okay. All right. He didn't get convicted because he's R. Kelly. Because he's R. Kelly. And because he gave them folks a nice, handsome amount of money. But you knew that it was him because he tried to get his brother. He tried to say it was his brother on the videotape and not him. And his brother was like, that ain't me. That is not me. Don't put me in your mess. Now, I'm your brother, and I support you. But you can't. Everybody in America knew it was R. Kelly. We just understood that they didn't convict him. But you got to be smarter than that. You can't play the dumb role. And the only reason why those parents would play the dumb role is because they were in it for the money. Sacrifice your child for the money. Den of sin. 54. Club 54. Yes. No, Aaliyah. Yes, Aaliyah was the first wife. My heart goes out to his children, even though they don't have a relationship with all of them. Heart breaks for them to have this hanging over their heads. So sad. Yeah. Good morning. Good morning, Josephine. How you doing? Yep, and he and his bro ain't twins. They don't look that much alike to mistake for one another. And if you remember Sparkles, she did a song with R. Kelly called Be Careful. The little girl he peed on was her niece. Absolutely, Danitra. Thank you for reminding me of that. Absolutely. Sparkles was there. Sparkles testified against R. Kelly. But now, Sparkle was there, and Sparkle knew it was some weird stuff going on now. Where I hold Sparkle responsible is she brought her little niece there, and I think her uncle or somebody was like the guitar. Like Sparkle was getting jobs for her family members through R. Kelly. Brought your little niece there and then left her with R. Kelly. But I feel Sparkle in this way a little bit. I can understand her a little bit in this way. She said, I never thought He would do it to my niece. Now that is a, what is the word called? Condiment, ignorance that a lot of us have. We know people that may not be that shady. I mean, that may be a little shady, but yet we believe they won't do it to me. They won't do it to me. Yeah, I know he may have done it to you. I know he may have done it to them. I get that, but he never do it to me. Only to find out that if he's able and he's willing to do it to anybody else, he'll do it to you. Okay, the daddy. Okay, okay, all right, okay, that's right, that's right, that's right. Well, Jay Perry, hey, Miss Sonia, you, good morning. I know, baby, we try, we gonna figure it out. I found out that it's the streaming platform that I'm using. That's what's giving me my sound problem. So I'll fix it. I just wasn't finna delay any longer doing this live. We were gonna get on here and talk about it, come hell or high water. Yeah, yeah, 10 credible. Love the look. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Cognitive dissonance. Thank you, Miss Song, to you. Thank you so much. Y'all, I got good congregation members. Y'all help it. Y'all help your YouTube pastor out. Thank you. Cognitive dissonance. Yes. Yeah, we convince ourselves to disregard what we see. Sparkle with fire because she knew how Kelly operated. Miss Song, to you. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But he won't do it to me and my family. Won't do it. Willful ignorance. Yes, it's incredible. The ostrich approach, head in the sand. Well, and you know what? I think it was more that she was hoping than a truth of believing that he wouldn't do it. Because hey, this is how her uncle is getting paid. You understand? It's how she is getting paid, and they're able to take care of their family. So because we are so close, surely this ninja wouldn't do this to my niece. But a predator, there you go, still rise. Yes, but a predator is a predator. Thank you, Still Rise. As y'all coming on in, I'm seeing I got new folks coming in. Y'all come in and hit that like button and hit the share button. I sure appreciate it, y'all. Okay. And I want to say this about R. Kelly, and then we're going to move on to Roe v. Wade. Or maybe I may touch on something else before I get to Roe v. Wade. Um, Anybody who feels like R. Kelly did not, is not, or was not treated right through the criminal justice system. Um, all right, guys, here come the bot again. Yep, I'm getting him. I got him straight. I reported him. I hope I got him straight. He gonna come back. Okay. Glorious purpose. Hey, darling. Good morning. I know. I know. I know. I know. I know. Kania, I know. Yes. Black Bye. I did. I did talk about her. Yes. Oh, well, thank you, Tincredible. Thank you that it ain't me. I'm like, my God, I done came over here on YouTube and here come. All right. Anybody that thinks that R. Kelly wasn't treated right through criminal justice with his system, I want you to think about this. I want y'all to think about this. Why I also think the sentence is okay. Oh, and what I was saying about Jeffrey Epstein, I want to finish that. That just came back because I started talking to him, and then I got the bot came and threw me off. Not only did Jeffrey Epstein get death, but there's a question about whether he voluntarily killed himself or someone helped him. Because Jeffrey Epstein had in his wheelhouse the names of politically powerful people. Like I said, that island that he owned, that's Fantasy Island. You had Bill Clinton over there. You had the Prince from England over there. I mean, come on now. And those are people we know. Imagine the people that was over there we don't know. Now, they could have sent word that you'd be better off dead. They could have sent somebody, or Jeffrey could have taken it upon himself to say, you know what, I might as well be. Because the only way that dude was going to get out of that situation is he was going to have to talk. Or he's lived a life of privilege for so long and to such a high degree that the thought of having to come down low was just too much to bear. And he felt like he couldn't do it. Because I'm going to tell y'all the truth. At this age, I can't do no jail. I can't do jail. I can't do prison. I don't care if I'm in a federal If I can't be one of the mobsters in the federal pen where they're able to have stakes and still live somewhat of a comfortable life, I can't do it. Hey, hi, Bob. How you doing, darling? Good to see you. Good to see you. Still Rise said he was murdered. Trump. Listen, I didn't say it. You said it, Still Rise. You as weird as that guy is, do you honestly think he was not on the Jeffrey Epstein Island? And at the time this came out, was he not president or running for president? Just saying. Sweet low, sweet cherry. People have been comparing Jeff's girlfriend to, yeah, yeah. Yes, it is a false equivalence. Yes, she's older, and they'll both be in their 80s when they get out. Yeah, it's incredible. Not only that, but it's different crimes. Glenn Seam was not convicted of racketeering. Different crimes. You got to compare apples to apples, oranges to oranges. The people who were convicted of these sex crimes all got about the same time. Glenn Seam got 20 years. Harvey Weinstein got 23. Jeffrey Epstein got death. He was president, Black Guy. He was president. Okay. Lisa Ottman said he is still alive. I believe they killed an inmate. Well, I'm going to say this. Lisa. I don't know. So they brought the man out and showed pictures of him, and it looked like Jeffrey. So I don't know. But I'm going to say this. Because of the people that he knew, the high level position that these people were in, and we know the federal government hides people all the time. Because of those facts, they could have gave him some of that medicine and put him to sleep, make it look like he dead, but he ain't. Got him out of that facility and took him somewhere, and he is in some serious witness protection. Holly, if you hear me. Still Rod says she helped and assisted, not making fun of light of. No, but I would say this. Vincent was a participant as well now. Some of the girls that she helped brought to the island, she and them. I feel sorry. How about I feel sorry, man? My heart goes out. Yeah. Yana to be, yeah, yeah, yeah. She wanted to believe he wouldn't do it. Yeah. R. Kelly. Yeah. Hey man. Hey, Natural Born Queen. How you doing, darling? Good to see you. How about I say holla? Let me say holla, baby. Does that remind y'all of Fence Island when the plane would come and land on the little island and you got to fulfill whatever you know? Yes. That's what they had going on out there, y'all. Big bag and all in full effect. Okay? I don't know. I'm shooting for wealthy, but I don't know if I want to be that wealthy because it seems like people that got that kind of money and living that kind of life at that level just get weird. And it's like because you got access to so much money that you can do and have whatever it is you want to do and have, then you go out to see how much you can do and have, regardless of what it is. Who's going to stop? In the words of Sheree Whitfield, who gonna check me, boo? Oh Lord, what? Listen, I can buy and sell all of you all. What you talking about, man? I don't know if I want to be that wealthy. Woo! They get overexposed. Angela Wood, yeah, they got messed up lives. Look at the men who get with Kardashian, turn up going crazy. I'm just saying, man, there's something higher levels, right? Higher devils, right? The more you get into these areas of where principalities, rulers of darkness lie, got to be careful. Got to be careful, y'all. Got to be careful. Got to be careful. So, want to throw that out there. Now, the last thing I want to say this about R. Kelly is this. I understand that we're looking at the numbers and we're feeling like, man, here we go again with the injustice. But I want y'all to remember something. When all of this news came out about R. Kelly, things started coming up and coming out about him and what all he had going on. The community was outraged that he could be doing this and had done it for so long, which tells us he had help and he did. The gentleman who forged the marriage certificate for R. Kelly and Aaliyah to get married. He knew about it. Everybody around R. Kelly knew about it except her parents. And if my memory wrong, did he not get Aaliyah pregnant? And that's why he married her? Am I remembering that right or remembering that wrong? There was an outrage. That was the rumor. Okay. There was outrage that the reason why R. Kelly was able to do this and get away with it was because it was being done to black girls. And we have taken the position and had this fight that you could do something to a white woman and off with your head. But you can do something to a black woman and here's a gourmet meal. And people wanted something done because you got to protect black women. And if that's your position, has been your position, and if that's how you've been feeling, then the criminal justice system has worked well. They heard your cry and answered your call. We are going to hold him super accountable because what he did was not only wrong, treacherous against women, period, but black women. And nobody may have come and stood up for you before, but we're going to stand up now. And this ninja is going to jail. I'm just saying, think about it. Because you got to be careful when you rah and saying you want this. You want the criminal justice system to hold people accountable for doing wrong stuff to black women. And then when it does, ooh, that's too much because it's a black man. So now are we saying that it's okay for black men to mistreat us? Because our argument has been that black men ought to be protecting us, and instead of protecting us, you're killing us. You're throwing us under the bus. You're leaving us out to dry. Something to think about. Take it to lunch with you. Think about it while you eat. Glorious Purpose say, yeah, that's crazy. It is not okay for black men to mistreat us. It's not. If anybody is supposed to be protecting the black women in this country, it's supposed to be our black men. And as much as Lil Boosie, I think is his name, has said some of the most dumbest, ignorantness, slowestness stuff in the world. That video of him a few days ago or a week ago, where a black woman was being mistreated by some white folks, Boosie overheard it and stepped in and stood up and said, "No, I don't care what's going on. You ain't gonna talk to her like that." You got a problem, you can discuss it, but you ain't gonna talk to her like that. And I like that the people who have challenged Boosie and has criticized Boosie stepped up to the plate and said, as in the words of Funky Dineva, and he did say this, I'm with you when you're right. And as much as he has chastised and went up against Boosie, he said, now this one, Boosie, I'm with you. I am with you. What you did was right. He did that. He did that. He came out and he stood up for that black woman and let them know, no, 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 no. That ain't how you do it. Not with this. Not with this woman right here. So keep that in mind. All right, guys, let's move on to Roe v. Wade. And we're going to go on into Roe v. Wade because I see that my time is getting long. And like I said, I'm traveling, guys, and I gotta go out and be with my family. And hang out a little bit. I hope that's okay. I hope y'all will let me do that. Oh my goodness. Y'all, as y'all come in, would y'all hit the like button for me? I would appreciate it. Thank y'all so much. And listen, if there's a way to share it, share the video, tag somebody in it, let them know we over here. Even if they don't catch the live stream, they can watch the replay and may enjoy what they see. So I appreciate it so much if y'all would do that. Thank you so much. All right, let's hit the big topic of the day, guys. That was one of the 2 times out the day that broken clock booster was right. Incredible. Oh my goodness. On purpose. That's what they think of us. It's in the Constitution. Yep. Yep. Of course, kick up your feet and have fun. Thank you so much, Still Ride. I appreciate you. All right, let's do this thing. Let's talk about it, y'all. Let's get into Roe v. Wade. Now, I'm going to tell y'all that my comments on Roe v. Wade got to be tapered a little bit because I am running for county court judge. So, you know, I don't have the liberty of just speaking as freely as I would like. And I hope y'all understand. However, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Now, everybody's up in arms. No more abortion. No more abortions. Everybody's up in arms. No more abortion. No more abortions. Well, I haven't read the full opinion, but I do know this part is true. Technically, legally, that's not what they say. And I know that's hard now. I know that's hard because everybody's in their emotions. And a lot of times when we're moving and we're in our emotions, you don't want to hear logic. You don't want to hear reality. You don't want to hear facts. So y'all just go with me. Let me say this off the top. I've never had an abortion. I do not believe I ever will. Well, I know I won't now because I ain't got to worry about being pregnant. Age will take care of some things for you. Right, it's incredible. They left it to the states to decide what they want to do regarding abortion. It's left to the states. I don't like anyone's choice being taken from them. Natural born queen. Absolutely. And that is my position. That is my honest position, my honest opinion. I'm not for it. So I won't have one. But I don't believe in taking away other people's rights that want to. There are a couple of narratives that's being pushed. One is, oh, what about if a lady is awed by her uncle? Or, just awed. What about incest? These things happen. That is true. But not as often as it sounds like. And when I say not as often as it sounds like, I mean getting them pregnant. Incest happens a lot. But a pregnancy does not always come from that activity. I think what happens more regularly is we did use a condom. I was on birth control and I still got pregnant. Still rise. Good question. That's your born queen. That's your born queen. Right? How many times have we heard young folks say, not just young folks for that matter, geez, older women who decided to go out on a girls' night, met a guy. We used protection. And she still got pregnant. Yes. Yes. Yes, Amber. Very good. And thank God, yes, natural born queen. Right? So we're going to leave it to the states. This is where my question lies. Legal question lies with leaving it to the states, right? The reason why the federal government steps in a lot of time on social issues is because the states are not treating people fair and right. We have our civil rights, African Americans. We have the Voting Rights Act and the civil rights laws, right? Because the states were not treating us right. So if you are making a decision that says, this is a decision we're going to leave to the states, okay, still rise. Everything could be left to the states. I mean, that was the state's argument about same-sex marriage, about contraception, about interracial marriage. Still right. A man can decide what women can do. I live in Florida. My state representative does not care about women. This is my opinion. I'm moving. But this is what I'm saying. And it's the hypocrisy of it all for me. You all just finished raising holy hell with the states telling you to wear a mask. You can't tell me to wear no mask. You can't control me. I got rights. Right? You just finished turning the world upside down about your state telling you, mandating you to wear a mask to try to save your life and the person who was standing next to you life. And you raise hell about that, saying government doesn't have a right to control me and tell me what I can and cannot have to wear. Do or do not have to wear. But you can tell a woman what she can and cannot do with her own body. The hypocrisy of it all is that these same Republicans, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, and some Democrats, Republicans are not by themselves, but let's just be real. You guys are the ones pushing this issue, and it is you guys who also have side pieces. And when you get them pregnant, guess what you ask them to do? Miss G girl, make it make sense. It's the hypocrisy of it all, y'all. It is the very thing that Christ was trying to get the church folks to understand that they couldn't. It is what he came into the earth to shine a light on, right? Listen, you cannot legislate morality. We're saying leaving it to the states, but all of this is being pushed by the Christian right. Listen now, all of this is being pushed by this is all about event listen. Listen, having abortions because you are out here being reckless, truly being reckless, just being reckless, and you're using abortions like it's birth control. That's not right, y'all. And that ain't right whether you believe in God or not. Okay, that's just not right. It's not that's not right. Okay. But there are times and situations that arise where an abortion, what we call abortion, is necessary, right? There are women who are pregnant, who want their baby, who don't want an abortion, but find themselves in a health situation where we either take this baby and save your life or we don't, and we run the risk of losing you and the child. Do you understand? Some state laws, as it relates to abortion, say it's none under no circumstance. Says none under no circumstance. Not all the state laws say that. Not all the states that have these laws say that. But there are a good number that says no abortions under any circumstance. How in the world are you going to sit high and say that's acceptable? And for you wonderful racists, because they're out there, when your little daughter comes home and says she's gotten pregnant by her black boyfriend, because she got one, what you gonna say? Was told at 18 weeks that her baby will be born but will not make it. She elected to go through her pregnancy and deliver. Her daughter did die 2 days later. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, Glorious Purpose said they are pro-fetus, not pro-life. Well, you can't be pro-life, you still got the death penalty. So either life is precious, all life, because that's what y'all say when it comes to these babies. All life has worth. So if that is the case, why we still got the death penalty? It's the hypocrisy. It's the hypocrisy. We should know and learn our past, right? Because those who don't are doomed to repeat it. What's going to bring us to our crumbling knees is we know our past and we still want to repeat it. Because when these women have these babies that they cannot afford, and I'm not saying not having the finances is justifiable reason for aborting the baby. Please don't think I'm saying that. I'm just talking about the natural consequences or the natural results that's going to come from this decision, right? So now we got to spend more money, replow the same ground we've already plowed to get back to the same place ultimately we're going to be at. Whoopi Goldberg said it best. She said this: if a woman doesn't want to have a baby, she ain't going to have one. You know, to be. They went crazy. You trying to control us. Too much government control. Except when it comes to a woman's body. Knowing all at the same time, though, you're going to need the process. Because you out there doing shady, slick stuff on the side. Well, you don't know that. No, I do. They've been caught. They've been exposed. We know it. Some of them have voluntarily left office. I'm going to resign or retire. I'm going to be with my family and reassess things. No, yes, you do need to reassess your life because you done got caught up, bro. Certain part of their population becoming the minority. I think that's an issue. I think that it is an issue, but I don't think it is the issue. It is an issue, but not the issue because they have been fighting to overturn Roe v. Wade for a long time. Now, check this out. Think about this, right? I want y'all to think about this now. Think about this. When that decision came down, the way a lot of us felt was the exact same way those folks felt when the Supreme Court handed down the decision to allow same-sex marriage, interracial marriages. They felt the same way, guys. They felt the same way. They have their beliefs, and we have ours. And it's okay that they're not the same. And it's okay to feel good, to feel like finally what you believe in is being reflected in the country you live in. Right? But what I want you all to hold fast on to this decision, hold fast. Think about this now. Sip your tea, your coffee, even if you got a little Kahlua, Little Bailey's in it. Just sip on it and think about this. Because what this decision tells you and makes very clear to all of us, if we're looking right, the people in power, the people in positions are the ones who makes the decisions. Do y'all hear me? Oh, absolutely. Not only was the decision made, it came out before they swore in. They just swore in the other day. But even with her on the bench, they have control. Right? They wasn't gonna hang on to that decision. No, they weren't. But imagine we got a problem on our hands because we're gonna have a split court. And we've been in that situation before. Okay? We've been in that situation before. But the people that's in position are the ones who make the decisions. We're having an election year this year, midterms. And what we, as African Americans, do on a national level, we show up doing the president race. The midterm elections, those congressional races, we are nowhere to be seen. You can't even pay us to come out and vote, and that's illegal. You can't even pay us. We're nowhere to be found. Elections have consequences. And until we can appreciate that to the degree we need to, we're gonna wake up, and I've been saying this for a long time. We're gonna wake up and find ourselves sitting right back in the 50s if we're not careful. Because we're not being vigilant and we're not being smart about our own preservation, our own survival. We're sitting around thinking other people are going to do it for us, and therefore we have no responsibility in it. You better wake up. You better get involved. You better start paying attention, because let me tell you what's not happening. The other side is not playing. Those people have been saying for years, that side has been saying for years. And I'm not Republican or Democrat, y'all, because there's some good people on both sides of both parties, and there's some horrible people on both sides and both parties. I am for what is right, and I could care less what letter you got behind your name. If you're going to do something that benefits this country and that is going to be a blessing to God's people, I am for you, baby. Whether you got an R, a D, or an I for independent, it doesn't matter to me. I don't look at that stuff. I look at, what do you stand for? What are you about? What are you going to bring to the table that's going to benefit the people? Because if you're doing it for any other reason than to try to make life better for God's people, then you're doing it for the wrong reason. We don't need you. That includes me. If my heart changes and I stop caring about the people, then it's time for me to go to. Yes, still rise, open your doors, knock on your neighbor doors, and bring the people to the poll. Abram said it best: we need to show up and show out at the polls in November. If we don't, we are killing ourselves. because the people in position are the ones who make the decisions. Listen, them folks have been saying they wanted conservative judges that would overturn Roe v. Wade. Trump told you when he ran, he was going to stack the bench with judges, conservative judges that would overturn Roe v. Wade. And everybody sat around like, oh, he's just talking. He's just talking. When he was talking all that talk about building the wall and spending billions of dollars to build this wall, everybody was saying, oh, he's da-da-da-da-da. Trump himself said, they keep saying that I wasn't serious. I don't know why they saying that. I meant what I said. Oh my God, y'all. Listen, he lie all the time. He say whatever he needs to say that's gonna sound good in that moment, and that's gonna make people like him in that moment. And then if a new moment comes and he needs to change what he said from the last moment, he gonna change it. Whatever he needs to say in the moment is what he's gonna say, whether it's truth or it's lie. But my watching him, he may not can get done the things he say, but the things he say he gonna do or he wants to do, he means it. He means it. And he did it. Listen, y'all, I can't remember the exact number. Let me Google this right quick. Let me Google this right quick. Let me see right quick. Okay, now listen to this, y'all. Listen to this. I want y'all to listen to these numbers, okay? Listen to these numbers. Y'all listen. Listen. Donald Trump, appeals court judges, 54. Barack did 55. George Bush did 62. Bill Clinton did 66. George H. Bush did 42. Ronald Reagan did 83. District court judges, 174. Barack did 268. Bill Clinton did 305. George Bush did 261. Ronald Reagan did 290. He was packing the bench. Barack did a lot. That's good. But baby, when he got in there, Trump did a lot. And what Trump had was an opportunity. Those Supreme Court judges seats came up. And the judge that retired while Biden was in office, in order for him to be able to appoint Jackson, that was a smart political move. I'm getting older. I don't want to stay here till I die and risk dying in a term with a Republican president and another Republican seat on the Supreme Court gets filled. I love Ruth to death. I thought she was a very good judge. I mean, all of her decisions I didn't agree with, but her understanding of the law and the Constitution and how she went at it, I thought was just brilliant. I thought she's a smart lady. Um, but Ruth should have retired. Ruth should have retired. That's all I can say. Yeah, yeah, Ruth. Yeah, yes, yes, yes. We have to think of the state of the country. For me, the state of my county when we're making these decisions, y'all, because the state of the country and the direction it's going in is on the line, as well as people's lives. Now, for wealthy people, rich people, people that got money, it's no big deal. You just fly out to California, get you a hotel, stay out there for a few days or whatever, weeks or whatever. You get good, you come on back home, all is well. Folks think you went out to California on vacation. But when you're poor, where you going? The first 2 years, the issue that I got with Barack was in the first 2 years, you had control of the House, the Senate, and the presidency. But you went up there and thought that because these good, some of, not all, but because you had such a diversity, group of people who voted for you to put you in office, he went in, I think, believing that they like me, so they're going to work with me, and we're going to get some things done. Instead of going in there understanding that I don't know how this happened, but I'm here. And while I'm here, and I got all of these things aligning, Supreme Court, Supreme Court, the House, the Senate, the presidency, since I got all of these things aligning, right? Let me get as much done as I possibly can, because what happened is in the midterms, after the first 2 years, in the midterms, where we are right now with Joe Biden in office, in the midterms, he lost control of the Senate. And when he had that one last possible Supreme Court appointment, they refused to even hear that guy. They refused to even hear that guy. They wouldn't even give that guy a hearing. They wouldn't even give that guy a hearing, right? They said Barack was a lame duck president because he wasn't going to get another term. He didn't have control of the Senate. Who is the part of the Congress that confirms judges? Merrick Garland, yes. Shooting from here, baby, getting it all done. Getting it all done. This jacked up American Care Act or whatever we got. I mean, I know he did the best, and he wanted to be bipartisan because he knew he had a better, if he could get both sides on board, he would have a better chance of it staying law. But for me, I say go in there. You know that we've been fighting for and wanting and asking and pleading and trying to get free health care. Go on in there and get it to. there was, I can't remember the Republican's name, but there was a Republican senator that says, God forbid they get free health care, they'll never give it back. Allegedly. I don't know who it was, but one of them made that statement, pretty much acknowledging that if the country ever gave the citizens free health care, they won't want anything else. You stuck. You stuck with it. So they fought it. And they came back in the midterms. And that's why it is so imperative and important for us to vote. Listen, both sides. It is important for the Republicans and those who support that agenda to come out as well in November if they want to see that agenda continue to be pushed. But if you're on the other side and you're not for that agenda, you're for the progressive agenda, moving our country forward and not backwards, it is important for you to come out in November and vote to push your agenda. Because if you don't, they will. He wasn't that far left. He was so middle of the road and sort of to the right, which is why Barack recommended him, because he felt like he would be somebody that Republican Senate would want. In fact, he knew they would like it because they had said they liked it. The word was if he would recommend anybody like Merrick Garland, they would vote for him. Then when he does recommend Merrick Garland, they don't. And it had nothing to do, but it was a recommendation that was coming from a Democratic president, and they wanted a Republican president to recommend for that position. Okay, that's all. That's all. So it's important, y'all. It's important. It's important. Whatever side you're on, it's important. Okay, because the people in position are the ones who make the decisions. Now, what does this have? What kind of bearing does this decision have on the other laws, like same-sex marriage, like interracial marriage, like contraception? Well, your boy Clarence Thomas says that he believes that you can use the same rationale to address these other issues. Now, it was told to me that the majority put in this opinion the same language that they put in the opinion in the case with George Bush, the son, and what's that guy? Who they ran for president? What was the Democratic guy that ran for president against the son, George Bush? George W. Bush. Y'all help me. What's that guy's name? The one that's in the environmentalist guy. No, one John Kerry. Al Gore. Yes. Al Gore. Al Gore. I mean, remember, this was the fight over Florida. And they were going to, in Florida, the state had agreed to recount the votes. Since you want to leave things to the state, right? George Bush appealed and said, nope, they are not, they should be stopped from recounting the votes. Right? And the Supreme Court ruled that, yep, stop counting. You want to leave it to the states, though, right? This is the Supreme Court's ruling. We're going to leave it to the states, right? Accept it. Hold on. It's left up to the states. That's your preview, except in this one situation. And when they ruled in George Bush's favor, they put a statement in the opinion that said that this ruling would only apply to this case, this situation. The reasoning that they used to get to the conclusion in that case is only for this case. And I'm being told that that's the same language that the Supreme Court put in this. This is only applies to Roe v. Wade, doesn't apply to any other rights that Bush brothers was governor of Florida. That's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah. The hanging chance. Yeah, the fix was in. Yeah, the fix was in. Yeah, fix was in. He knew that if they recount them votes, he's gonna lose. Oh Lord, that's so funny. But that's where we are, man. That's our world. That's our world, right? That is Jeb Bush, the governor. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh man, y'all. The reasoning can be, the reasoning can be used. It can be used for the other issues. If you're saying it's a state issue, then isn't it all a state issue? But that is the purpose of the federal government, is to step in and correct what has gone off the rails when states won't do right by its people. Now, the one thing that everybody keeps saying is it's a constitutional right, and that's not true. Having an abortion is not a constitutional right. There ain't no amendment nowhere in the Constitution that specifically states a woman has a right to an abortion. That's not true. That's not true. Just like the Voting Rights Act is not a constitutional right. Did y'all know that? That we don't have a constitutional right to vote? African Americans, us. No, Miss G girl, you didn't. You didn't. Hang on in there. I was gonna let Roe v. Wade be my last time. Let Roe v. Wade be my last time. I'm gonna come back and talk about Cora Jake, because there is something I want to talk. I didn't think it was a lot to talk about with Cora Jake, but there is something in there that I at least want y'all to think about. It's not mentioned in the Constitution. Yeah, no, no. Neither is our right to vote. That is why every 50 years, 75 years, or something like that, it comes back up to the Congress for them to consider and vote to extend the act. So at every given point in time, if they don't want to extend it, we lose it. Now listen to me, and listen to me good. They wanted Roe v. Wade overturned, and they got it. And I think that they will be satisfied. That was a big thing for the Republican Party, the Christian right. That was a big thing for them. And they are saying to everybody, hey, don't go off the rails. We're not finna go after no other rights now. This is just it. We just wanted Roe v. Wade. We got Roe v. Wade. We good. To me. That's what I think they're saying. Because if everybody else believes that these folks finna go haywire, they're gonna lose control of this country, and it's sure enough gonna be something serious. It's sure enough gonna be something serious. Do you hear what I'm saying? Absolutely, natural born queen. Because why by now? I always ask this question. Why by now has the Congress not gone in and just put an amendment in there and put in there that anyone of African descent can vote and be done with it? And the reason why I said that I think the population issue is an issue, but not the issue, is because when white Americans were the majority race, right, they still wanted Roe v. Wade overturned. It had nothing to do with population. It had something to do with their religious beliefs. And the only problem that I got with that is you do have a constitutional right to exercise whatever religion you want to exercise in this country freely and uninfringed. But if I don't believe in the God you believe in, and my God believes that I can have an abortion if I need to, and your state says I can't, are you not infringing upon my constitutional right to exercise my religion? I'm going to say it again. They're saying it's a state issue. But everybody that you hear talking about the Roe v. Wade issue from the political spectrum says it's a state issue, it's a state issue. Well, when you talk to the state elected officials, it's a God issue, it's a God issue. God, we are a Christian nation. We are a Christian nation. We don't believe in it. God says it's wrong. God says it's wrong. God says it's wrong. God says it's wrong. So then what you're telling me is it's not a legal issue. It is a religious issue. And if it is a religious issue, and I don't believe in the same religion you believe in, if I say I'm not Christian, my religion says I can have an abortion, and your state law says I can't, are you not infringing upon my constitutional right to exercise freedom of religion without being infringed upon? So here we go, spending more money relitigating an issue that has already been litigated. That's my thing. That's my thing. But if it's going back to the states, and if for some reason these other rights that have been created by the Supreme Court that is not constitutionally written in, but an interpretation, is for the states, what do we need to do? We need to show up and vote in our local elections. Your mayors, your aldermen, your city councilmen, your commissioners, your county supervisors, your judges, your state representatives, your state senators, your state governor. Guys, it matters. Glorious Purpose says, I hear you, man, T, but I feel they are using religion as an umbrella. I'm not saying that the population issue is not an issue. I'm saying that it is nuances to this thing. Everybody want to kind of make it black and white, and it's not. Listen, does not the scripture says that the law killeth, but it is the spirit that makes alive? See, the hypocrisy of it all. You want to legislate morality, and we're going to put laws in to make people do right. There are laws on the books right now that says if caught in an adultery, it is a crime that you can be prosecuted and given up as much as up to 6 months in the county jail. Has that stopped folks from committing adultery? Do you think when the law controlling abortion was with the states, did that stop women from getting abortions? No. Because in the words of Whoopi Goldberg, if a woman doesn't want to be pregnant, she ain't gonna be. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, OSP. Does John Gray know about that law? Oh, Lord Jesus. Oh, Lord. Oh, my God, man. Oh, y'all so messy. Oh, 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 my God. And y'all know what's funny? Y'all know what's funny? I had said that the next time I get a chance, got some time on my hand, I was going to do a live. I was going to talk about John Gray and tell y'all how redemption, he called his church Redemption Church, right? And I was just going to say, man, not even trying to be a play on words, but redemption works. Because I've been watching him silently, but seeing him moving, seeming like getting himself together. He got the church open in Atlanta. I mean, they're doing great and wonderful things. And then boop, bop, bam. Here we go again. And I said, and I told him, see, maybe we wouldn't be hearing about this again about him had he done what I advised him to do. I told him, step down from that church, go get you a little storefront church with 5 members. That's you and your family. And get it worked out there and work your way back around to the mogul church. Get your ethics in order. Get your get your get your flesh under control. I don't expect preachers to be perfect. Nobody is. I'm not. But I want you to try. I want you to try. I want you to put forth a valid effort to try to live a life that's not only pleasing to God, but that's befitting before the people because you're leading them. They don't expect you to be perfect, man. A perfect person can't lead imperfect people because you won't be able to understand. You'll start to think you're more high. Start preaching them damnation sermons when nobody needs to be damned. We all need some grace and some mercy, some support and some help to get us all where we're trying to go and be who we're trying to be for God. All of us. And if we would start focusing on that and stop trying to focus on these laws and rules and regulations that the word that Christ himself said man cannot fulfill. So I came to fulfill the law because I know you can't. But if you trust in me, if you believe in me, if you'll abide in me, oh, don't let me start preaching up in here. Hallelujah. I'll help you. I'll help you. But we want to hold ourselves out to be something before the people that we are not. And then what God has to do is bring us low, hallelujah, before the people to remind you and the people there ain't but one God. And that's the one who sits high and looks low. It's the hypocrisy of it all. God ain't got no problem with nobody messing up, but just fess up and rectify your issue. And then work hard to try to not to make the same mistake again, commit the same offense again. But when you start hopping up, it's like these preachers that damn the gay folks to hell, and then you find out he got a whole harem, a whole harem of beautiful little boys. Oh Lord. Do y'all hear me? Y'all remember the white preacher? I can't think of the guy's name. I think I mentioned him before. Over the biggest, largest congregation of white evangelical churches across this country. Not long. Ted Haggard. There he is. Don't call any long. You're so stupid, don't say. The word of the day, hypocrisy. You gonna stand up here and say they going to hell, and you got a whole massage man that's giving you cocaine and a little crystal man. Uh-huh. Hoop, y'all. Did you hear me hooping? Did I hoop? Whoo! Ted Haggard got brought down because of his hypocrisy. That guy went on a radio show and told it all, and he said that I'm telling it only because I can't take it no more. I can't take seeing him standing up there and commit people to hell when he doing the same thing. He is one of them. He said, I can't take it. It's the hypocrisy. That's why folks couldn't get on that bandwagon with Monique bringing up that issue with DL and his daughter, because DL had already came out on his own and said, guys, I messed up. And acknowledged that even though he realized that he had messed up and acknowledged that he has apologized, he could never make that thing right with his daughter, because that's something he will never be able to take back. He missed that opportunity and it's gone. That's why the Bible says, confess your sin among men. He ain't saying just go run tell your business. He's saying, listen, it's okay to let people know you ain't perfect. I am here for the show. Monique needs to address relationship with her older son. How you gonna drag this man and his personal issue with his daughter out on Front Street for everybody to see and try to use it as a way to show that he ain't worth when you you ain't did that, but you did something. You neglected your son. You ignored your son. You don't have a relationship with your son. Your just own sister had to come out and get you corrected. Girl, get yourself together. Now you over here bringing this man's private stuff out with his children that ain't got nothing to do with what your argument is. Where's your child? Oh, when she said that, I said, good God, have mercy. What? Okay, now. Yes. Monique has acknowledged that she was violated. Yes. But see, she's strong now. She's gotten through it now. So she say. But so she say. But she also said that issue with DL finding out about him not standing up for his daughter triggered something in her because it reminded her of her own dad and not protecting her. So maybe she ain't as healed. My babies. Oh, oh, lovely ones. She may not be as healed as she thinks she is. Sweetheart, I love you. Oh my God. Yeah, she was being messy. Oh yeah, that thing in DL sexuality, that was low. I don't think it triggered her. She just wanted to make him look bad because she was getting backlash and was not expecting that. Yeah, yeah. I don't think, but I do believe that Monique is not as healed as she thinks she is. I think all of this has triggered her and resurfaced all of this stuff that Monique has had to endure, and it hurt, man. Come on, I'm not gonna say that she's not hurt. I'm not gonna say that. I can't say that. I just don't think that she has fully healed as much as she thinks she had, because had she been fully healed, all this stuff that she's saying triggered her wouldn't. Okay, sure will. Thank y'all. Thank you for that, guys. I forgot all about it because I'm so used to it being up there on the screen. Y'all gotta help me. If I gotta be in this platform for a while until I can fix my stream, y'all help me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Angela. Yes. Y'all cash out me. Hashtag my money matters. Thank y'all so much. Well, I'm gonna say this. If you decide that you want to judge a person and not the fruit they bear, but the person, if that's what your decision is, that's fine. Just understand that with that same measure, you're gonna be judged. When folks ask me, will pedophiles get into heaven? You know what I say? I don't know. But I hope that they can repent and be redeemed. What? What? You for the pedophiles? I didn't say I was for no pedophiles. You asked me if I think pedophiles will go to heaven, and I'm saying I hope that if an individual can get to the point of admitting to himself that he is and that he needs deliverance, that he can repent, and that he will be redeemed. Yes, I do. If I can't see redemption in the worst of human beings that we feel like down here or worse, where does redemption come for me? No, I ain't no pedophile, but I ain't done everything I'm supposed to do the way I'm supposed to do it, when I'm supposed to do it, and how I'm supposed to do it. No, no, guys. Mm-mm, mm-mm. No, if there's no redemption for the worst of persons, how we get in? I'm just saying. Yeah, I agree with that, oh Saint. Oh, Monique has not accepted that. She needs to do more work on herself. Yes. She's deflecting. Yes. 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 That's my opinion. I agree with that. Yes. There's no person that is sinless in our flesh. None. But there are people that feel like because they haven't killed anybody, they haven't harmed anybody, they haven't you know, robbed anybody or something of that nature, that somehow that exempts them and they are in fact good with God. No, baby. No, baby. No, baby. No, baby. No, baby. No, baby. The Bible says, listen, listen, your righteousness is as a filthy rag. Did you hear what I say? Your righteousness is as a filthy rag. So you're sitting up here thinking that because I ain't did this, and because I ain't did that, and because I ain't did that, I got to be okay. I got to be cool. That's not how it works. There has to be an acceptance that, hey, listen, even though I ain't as bad as that person, I'm there's some bad in me. Hallelujah. Because I'm not going to tell you that I won't look up on a fine male specimen and be like, my. Bible says that I ain't supposed to lust. Woo! Got me saying, my. And he may be somebody else's husband, and I might know he's somebody else's husband, but my, my. Oh, Lord. I ain't gonna mess with that man, with that woman's husband, and I ain't none of that finna go down. But if only for Josephine. Oh Lord, I'm just saying. Who? And if you ain't been in that situation, it's because you don't leave your house. If you step out on the town and go out sometimes, shucks, baby, walk in the grocery store, walk in the right grocery store at the right time. You'll be looking at foods that you allergic to just because that man's standing over there. you know, oh Lord, your face, your whole head will swell up and fall off your body, eat some sailfish, but you stand over there going through the packages like, oh, mm, oh, oh, oh Lord. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Oh man. It's so funny, y'all. Me and a friend of mine, we were out, girlfriend of mine, we were out. We were out. I can't remember now where we were. We were somewhere. We were eating lunch. We come out the restaurant. So funny. We come out the restaurant. We walk into the car, right? This fine specimen of a man comes by. So funny because we both recognized it and found ourselves turning around. We didn't see each other looking until we finished looking. And when we turned around, we went to look at each other and said, my. Y'all, I'm just telling you, saw something to me. A distinguished man with facial hair and salt and pepper in his beard. Oh my goodness. Mm, I got a judge that I have to practice in front of from time to time, and he's always been a clean shaven man, and he decided he'd grow out a beard, and we grew it out at first. It was nice, but not because he's red. It was red, but he kept it, and over time that thing went into that salt and pepper stage. And I told him one time in chambers, I said, Judge, I just want to tell you something. Can I be honest and it not cause a problem between us? He said, yeah, Miss Thomas. Don't tell me what you want to tell me. You always got something to say. When you going back to your clean shaven face? He said, why? You don't like my beard? I said, no, your beard is causing me a problem. I can't focus. He's dropped his head, shook his head, man. He said, I don't know what to tell you. I'm gonna hang on to it for a little while longer. I said, well, I'm finna go and get hypnotized on they're gonna have to replay replace in my head what I see when I see you. I'm here for the show. I'm telling you, it just I don't know what it is. There's something for me. Come back, man. Oh, it's on to you. I'm taking y'all right with me. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Oh Lord, yes. Oh my goodness. I told y'all we're gonna talk about it. But before you leave, you gonna laugh because it's good for you. Don't you feel much better? I do. I'm ready to go out there and conquer the world. I'm finna go. It's a good laugh. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So I'm finna go hang out with my family. We're gonna have a good time. Listen, y'all, I apologize. I apologize. Mel T started lusting and the freaky bitch reappeared. Oh. Incredible. Whew. I lost myself there for a minute. I started thinking back. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, oh, oh my gosh. That's a good laugh, y'all. We had a good, I hope y'all had a good time. I 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 had a good time. Y'all had a good time. Listen, I apologize for all of the technical difficulties we had from yesterday to trying again this morning. I'm gonna figure it out. Now I know that the problem is in Streamline in in that platform. Because I'm like, there's nothing wrong with my mic. I've been using it, I've used it. So I know the mic is okay. I don't understand why it's not working now. And so I was able to work through it, thought I fixed it, but what I realized is it's working. It's just not working in StreamYard. So I got to figure out what that is. Um, it was worth the wait. Thanks so much to Incredible. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Um, so yeah, y'all. Listen, the biggest thing to take away from the Roe v. Wade is the people in position make the decision. So if we want better decisions, we got to get up, get out to the polls, put our John Hancock on the book to sign in and push them buttons or circle in or pull the Chad or do whatever you got to do to put the people in position that's going to vote the way you feel like you want the voting to go for you and your vision and your, what you think and how you feel for the country, okay? Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much. I'm gonna preach it. Listen, y'all, I'm doing my best, okay? But y'all know I'm the mayor, I'm the county prosecutor, I got my own law practice, I got my son to raise, and I'm running for judge. So there's a lot on my plate right now. But I'm still trying to squeeze in this time to give y'all either videos or shoot in a live. And I know I'm taking part of the time that I'm supposed to be spending out with my family. But in all honesty, guys, I consider y'all to be like y'all are. Y'all my YouTube family. You all are my church, my congregation. And I appreciate y'all so much. I thank y'all for being loyal subscribers and sticking with me through all the upheavals. I appreciate y'all and love y'all so much for continuing to love me, even when I make a little stumble. Y'all allow me to dust myself off and get back up and get back on it. I appreciate y'all so much, and all of the financial support. I appreciate. I did buy a mic. I was so wanting to do this live before I left, but I couldn't, because before I left going on this trip with my family for our family reunion, I was down on the coast for the municipal league conference, MML, Mississippi Municipal League. All of the municipal elected officials go to Biloxi once a year for training. We had the big reception the night before we left, and I had to drive about 5 hours. I didn't get but about 4 hours worth of sleep, drove 5 hours back. When I got back to Rosedale, I had to deal with some stuff, some city stuff. I couldn't get to bed until about 10 or 12 o'clock Thursday night. And then we were back up moving again yesterday. I didn't get to bed last night till after 1, and I'm back up again. But I was determined to get up and do this live. I was determined. Come hell or high water, I'm talking to my people today. So I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for the support. I put my Cash App in here, guys. Anything y'all can do, I'm willing to give to support the channel. I sure would appreciate it. I do have a mic. It's at the house. I did not want to travel with it and risk messing it up. Okay, I didn't want to do that, but I got a mic. So when I get back home and get settled and we do another live, y'all gonna see the mic. I told y'all I needed a mic. Y'all were telling me that the volume wasn't right and sound wasn't right. And so y'all sent money for me to get a mic, and I got a mic. And so when y'all see me back at home doing the live, you will see the mic. So as you guys contribute to support me and to support the channel, we're going to buy what we need to step up our game and make it better. I'm working now trying to get a young, what do you call those people that do all this stuff, that do the videos and all that stuff? What do you call them folks? They got a career. Not a videographer. Not them. The people that can put this picture and this picture together and splice the picture. I mean, people have taught themselves how to do it, but I don't have time to pick up another, to try to learn something else. So I'm trying to bring somebody on who can help me make my videos even much better. So we'll work. I just want to bring you guys a good product. That's all. I know you all enjoy me and we laugh and have a good time, but I just want to make sure I'm bringing y'all a good product. Okay. All right. All right, Incredible. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Alkanite for life. We lost one, Incredible. We lost one. We lost an Alkanite. It's Leroy Byers. Passed a few weeks ago. We laid him to rest a few weeks ago. He was coach. Played football at Alcorn, and then came out and was a coach at the East Side High in Cleveland, Mississippi, and he passed. But all night for life. Not a videographer, Donitra. They call them graphic designers. Damn, graphic designers. They take they can shoot video, but then they can take the video and do all that good stuff. Yeah. But he and I were in the same alumni chapter, and his wife. So, but so go it. Graphic artist. Okay, there we go. There we go. I know when my mom passed, I was talking to my pastor about it and telling her that I just was frustrated that she wasn't here. You know what I'm saying? Just want her back. Understand it, but and she said this, which is amazing because it made me think. She said, yes, there is pain that is going to be attached to the loss of loved ones. She said, but the only way to escape that pain is for you to die early. Now look at him coming back. Now I ain't said nothing. Wasn't no nothing going on. He don't want me to be soft with y'all. But I can be vulnerable with my congregation. Especially when I say things that I think we all either are experiencing or have experienced or at the very least will experience. Coming down through life. I thought that was interesting and a way to look at that situation that I had not thought of before, right? It hurts when you lose someone. It's going to almost break your heart, depending on who it is you lost, right? But the only way to avoid that pain, that loss, is if you die early. So when it's all said and done, God is still good. And he is still just in all that he does. So I want to leave you guys with that and hope that it encourages your heart. Okay? All right. Listen, guys, have a happy Friday. I love you all so very much. I'm going to do my best not to be gone so long. As a matter of fact, I know I'm not, because I definitely and absolutely want to talk to y'all about Cora Jakes. So just give me a minute. Let me finish hanging out with my family and get back home and get settled. If I'm able to steal away a little time, I might come back and do a live and talk about it. If not, let me get back home, and I definitely will set it up and we'll do it. Okay. All right. I love you guys so much. Thank y'all so much. And listen, to the extent that this channel is a success, it's only because of you. Because without you, none of it could happen. It would not be possible. So I appreciate y'all so much. I love y'all so much. Please donate and help me build the channel. Okay? Have a happy Friday. Have a wonderful and safe 4th of July weekend. Okay, guys? Love you. Bye-bye.